I'm Doug Folks and welcome to episode 4 of V8 Stealth Beetle. Before we get going today, I'd just like to say a huge thank you to everyone that contributed to our crowdfunding project. You might have seen the last couple of months we've been working with Thunder Fund to raise funds for the filming and editing of the V8 Stealth Beetle project. And I'm very happy to say that we have managed to get enough funding that I can guarantee that the whole of this build will be documented for you guys to watch. Very shortly, I'm going to be introducing you to Chris from Germany. He is an automotive distributor. He's going to be talking about the role of V8 Stealth Beetle in Germany and Europe going forward. Very exciting. We'll be having a very short trip out to Qualcraft. These are modern day Uri Gellers. They can bend steel with just one finger. And of course, we'll be catching up with Jean, who's completely snowed under with a massive amount of work, not only on the V8 Stealth Beetle, but other projects as well. So let's not mess around. Roll the yellow car.
I'm Chris from Germany. I've been the CEV GD40 European distributor for the last 10 years. And now I'm in Cape Town for the newest crazy project from Jean Foury, the V8 Stealth Beetle. And I see the seat is already in the right position.
Yes, right place for you, wrong place for us in Africa. But yes, we need to look at being able to build the Beetle left and right and drive. I've just been looking at the space. There's a lot of space for the pedal box. There's a lot of headroom, so it's going to be a comfortable car to drive in and not as cramped as the GD40. And so much so, there's enough room here to put a significant roll cage in for those that want to race the car. One of the next items that we need in the project is the rollover bar. So the rollover bar is a tube made out of chromoly. It's very strong, that will fit over the driver and over the passenger. This is for in case we roll the Beetle, which hopefully will never happen. I've come to a company called Qualcraft. Qualcraft has bent up all the exhaust systems for the GD40, and they need a very specialized tool and very strong tool to bend all these pipes, and I'm going to go see how far they are with our project. Hey, Rolof, hi.
Hi Jean, how are you?
Good. Just came to have a look at how it's going with the Beetle rollover.
Okay, we've actually managed to do the drawings for you this morning.
Okay, so you were able to do something with my little sketch?
No, that was all the help we needed.
Excellent.
You see, we can have a look at this model. Because it's 3D, we can view it from different angles as we need to.
By the way, did you get the chromoly that we sent through?
Yes, that was delivered to us yesterday afternoon and it was prepared for bending this morning.
Fantastic.
Okay, before we do that, we just want to have a look at the 3D bending simulator here on the software.
And is that exactly what's going to be happening downstairs?
That's what you're going to see down on the factory floor in a couple of minutes' time.
Just want to quickly chat to you about what we've been doing this week. We are looking at the position and, more important, the offset for the rear rims for the Beetle. We have a very narrow track on the Beetle, so to get those big wheels that we want in here, we need to do quite a bit of changes and modifications. So we're having a rim specially built for the Beetle. The rim itself is 12.5 inches wide. It's a 17-inch rim, and we've positioned this tire, which is the tire that will be running on the vehicle, within the wheel arch to see where can we position it. So what you're seeing here is approximately where the tire will sit. The wheel will actually move into the wheel arch under bump and will be exposed under droop. We've also been quite busy in the back of the Beetle. The gearbox mounts which we had developed earlier has now been put into position. We are in the process of developing this cross member which runs from left to right on the chassis. The reason for the cross member is that we need a pickup point for the one track rod on the rear suspension, which is this guy here. Our shock absorbers need to go into position. And that's the rear upright, so they're mounted at the bottom, and this top point will be onto our roll cage. We're going to be building a roll cage in here, and this guy will be connected to the roll cage. These are the original headers from the Audi S8, where the engine comes from. We've had to cut it over here on the join of the 3 or 4 pipes. We're preparing the headers for the 2 turbochargers. Now, on its original route as from the donor vehicle, this pipe ran in the wrong direction for what we need to use it for. So as you can see here, we've got quite a tight area between the chassis and the gearbox that we need to come through. So we literally manufacture all these little pieces and route them, because after this it would have to continue up to a flange, what you're seeing here, 2 mounting flanges, one either side, and then the 2 turbochargers will be sitting over here using the combined exhaust gases.
So Jean, why V8 Stealth Beetle? What is behind it?
Good question, Chris. When I started my business, which is maybe 25 years or so ago, I started with Beetles. I have a love for Beetles, that's clear. But I would say one of the biggest criticisms is the fact that a Beetle only has 40 horsepower. And as you know, I love power, so 40 was never going to be enough. So after all the years of building GT40s, I had this crazy idea. Can I not get the power of the GT40 into a Beetle? And after a bit of measuring and analyzing, I decided it can be done. We just have to cut a lot of stuff out the Beetle. And we ended up with a nice big chunk of space, and we put a big V8 into it.
Yes. As I can see, you use the Audi engine.
Yes, I quite like the idea that there's an Audi in a Volkswagen and not a Ford or a Chevy. Yeah. We don't want to go down that road. We want the Audi motor, and there are 2 V8s that are perfect for the project. There's the 3.6 and the 4.2, either with or without turbos. The biggest thing for me as well is knowing that we're going to send the cars into your country or your side of the world. It needs to be emission compliant. So I can get catalytic converters in here, I can program it, I can set it up that it will clear all the standards in your country.
When we import the car to Germany, or when we ship it to Germany, we first have to go through the roadworthy and TÜV processes. That means safety tests, which are on a very strict level in Europe, especially in Germany, and also the emission tests are on a high level. But when the car makes this, we definitely see that it's made as a high-quality supercar. Now we are at the point, because of the comments of the guys who have a look at the videos and we have inquiries, it shows that we will do a low-volume production of this car. So our plan is to present the vehicle in 2016 in Germany at the Oldtimer Grand Prix at Nürburgring, which is the biggest and most exciting sports and oldtimer event in Europe. And I'm sure that people will have a closer look at the V8 Stealth Beetle.